Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Debonair Dialogue. And I know the couch looks really empty right now. It's just me. So this is another one of the episodes where you guys are able to get to know me and they're going to ask me questions and kind of pick through my life. I don't know. So I'm like a little bit nervous because I'm going to have to like dig deep and like say everything. But at the same time, it's important. It was my choice to have these episodes where I'm able to like literally be candid and give you guys a good idea of who I am and speak to you. So in a minute, the questions are going to start rolling. I know that they're locked and loaded. So I'm going to just brace myself and be open and be honest.
Look, not brace yourself. Okay. So today off camera, we've got me, Sydney. You guys don't see me. And then we've also got Devin's best friend, Jazz. I'll let you give us a little...
And if I look at either of y'all, am I going to look crazy on camera?
Yes, that's why you need to be looking at the camera.
Look straight ahead? Okay.
Yeah, you got to look at them. Got to look at the viewers. Look at the viewers.
All right.
All right, y'all. So we're going to get started. Me, Jazz, Devin, before the episode, we went over a couple of topics that we felt like we should definitely discuss and just give all of our opinions on. So the first topic on the docket today is going to be Miss Caresha Please herself and her secret lover, Diddy, and how we feel about that. So she's come out this week, from what I've heard, she's come out this week saying, I'm single. Was she ever in a relationship?
I feel like there was something that happened for her to be like, I'm single. Because Diddy's had a baby. Diddy has been spotted with this bitch and that, this woman and that woman and doing these things. Y'all clearly are not single. Like, we knew you were single. We knew you were single. Like, yeah. However, if I could be in Caresha's place, I would definitely be in Caresha's place.
You think she's happy?
I think she's happy because she's able to do her, and you're getting like you're like, to me, Diddy is not all that fine in my opinion. But his character, his money, his career, all that speaks for him. So for her, it's like, okay, I'm a city girl. Like, I sing about ass clapping and no clothes on. And that's what I do. And I'm with Diddy. Like,
yeah,
you know, Diddy's as old as all of our mothers and fathers. Like, you know, and it's like, he wants me, you know? So I feel like it just is what it is. Like, I don't know. It just
do you
is what
think,
it is.
like, as women, as men, whoever in a relationship, like, I know, like, it's always the conversation of, like, how our grandmas did. You know, grandma knew granddaddy was cheating. She knew he had a family down the road, but she wasn't going to break her family up. But to me, granddad was just more respectful. I think that there is a lack of respect. And maybe that's because granddaddy didn't have social media, so he didn't have to worry about getting clocked. You know, like, I don't know. I don't think she's happy. It's nothing that I would accept.
There's a lack of respect, but there's also a lack of what is right and what is wrong.
Definitely.
What does home look like?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like a lot of people, like, even I was at a get-together, today's Sunday. I was at a get-together Friday, and so I met somebody that's in a polygamous relationship. And, like, I met his poly people that were there. Like,
poly people?
I don't, what do you call them? Like,
partners.
Okay.
Poly people.
I met the PPs. So I met his partners, and it's just like, I'm like, wow, like, you don't get jealous? And like, I don't know, like, it's just like, literally, like, I feel like it's a day and time where people are literally doing whatever works.
But you know, polygamy is not new. I mean, they speak about polygamy in the Bible.
It's like, it's accepted. So
it was always accepted, though. It's accepted mainstream in our culture.
Right.
It's always been accepted. I mean, the Bible touches on it. Most religious doctrine all speaks on it. Muslim, they all speak on it. And the thing is, I don't have an issue with polygamy. I see the benefits economically. I see the benefits when it comes to the children.
But that's it.
No, when it comes to the children. But this is the thing.
The children too.
But this is the thing.
The children too.
At least this is a situation that is agreed upon, it's respected, and it's done in a way where everybody is winning. From the outside looking in. I've never been in it.
Right.
But these situations where they were Diddy and Caresha, baby, you're in a polygamous relationship that you haven't agreed to. Now, we're not in their bedroom. We don't know what they talk about.
She has not agreed because he has
because of how she responds. But look at what she goes on Twitter. You can see that she's embarrassed.
Yeah.
So if you're embarrassed, you didn't agree to it.
Y'all have to give me context clues because I've never seen nothing that indicates she's embarrassed.
I just don't think she's embarrassed.
Am I gonna look crazy because I keep looking?
But I think she's acting bad. Like, she's single. She's had her 2 kids. She's had a relationship that went bad, and she was in love with the man.
Yeah.
It went bad. now she's acting bad.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
outside.
But the key is
She's
acting.
young.
She's acting though.
She's acting
Because
she's not in love.
she's not happy when she goes home.
Yeah, she's not in love.
She can't be.
So what I would say in this situation, if I'm on the outside looking in, like,
Yeah,
obviously.
same.
We all are.
Yeah,
right?
same.
But if it's the situation of this is your fun and you're getting more status and more fame because you're fucking with Diddy.
Doing it.
If that's cool with you, but if you're literally getting attached, because we don't know, she could be in love with him.
She could be.
And it could be a situation where, damn, I'm in love with you, but obviously you're not going to give me the things that I want and need, but I'm going to keep going along with it.
Yeah.
So we don't know how she really feels. So I would say if she's in love with him, girl.
I think it's inevitable that she is.
No.
I think we live in such a society where people say, "Oh, I could just lay with you. I'm not going to be in love with you." That is biologically not. You're like spiritual on any level. You're going
because
to
you end up connecting somehow.
You're connecting physically. So how are you not connecting in other ways?
Exactly.
So I'll end that by saying I think we can all agree that we wish her the best. We pray for her, but she's got to evaluate the next time she's in a relationship.
Don't get off the roller coaster, girl. Stay on it.
Period.
Well, it sounds like you saying keep riding with Diddy, and you saying
I'm saying she's acting bad. She's single. She has a right to do what she wants to do. She has 2 children. She makes her own money. It's not.
I just hope that the money's good. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's just,
is he giving you money? Like, I don't
girl,
know.
he's giving her money.
I mean, he gave her a show.
Giving her experiences that she's never had from Miami. Are you kidding me? Stay on it.
And I feel like, honestly, whatever you want to do it.
I agree.
But realize the decisions you're making. So even with her being with Diddy and all of that, and he's having babies and things like that, etc. Like, what is your end game? Like, is your thing just to have fun? Like, what is your end game? Like, you know, like what is gonna happen? Are you thinking about what's gonna happen? Like, I feel like we're too old. Once you're 30. You're too old to just go with the flow. There's no go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like, let's be intentional. Let's see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
What is the real story?
I agree. Listen, so we wish we give Caresha our love. We
And
give
Diddy
Caresha our
too.
love. And Diddy as well.
Right.
We can't.
And
Okay.
he's not that fine.
Look, let's end with that, okay?
Yes.
Listen, so let's get into the girls and the guys that went down to Mexico. It's come out, I'm looking at an article that came out March 9th, so just came out this weekend, that the Gulf Cartel has now apologized. They apologized via a letter that they left, so I don't really know how they're connecting this back to the cartel, but it's a letter that basically says, you know, we're sorry, here are the people who committed this crime. How are y'all feeling on it? Do you guys believe? Because it's talks now that they didn't go down there. They said they went down there for BBL. It's coming out now that they feel like it was drug related. The people in the area are saying that.
I don't really care why they went. The thing is that they went somewhere and their lives were taken. And that's not okay. Like, it doesn't matter what reason you went, it doesn't matter what you did.
Yeah.
Like, you literally spent your money, you prepared for a trip to go and travel with the intent to return, and you did not return.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck about a border. I don't care about crossing into different countries, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's never an opportunity or a reason that somebody's life could be taken just for traveling into another. That is dumb. Like, that, I feel like that is ridiculous. Like, it happens, so I'm knowledgeable, I'm aware.
Yeah.
But that is ridiculous. Like, I don't care why somebody comes to your country. If you're taking lives, that is not up to you. That is never, in my opinion, it is never up to you to take someone's life. If you break into my house, bitch, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta take your life.
Fair game.
Like, I don't know, I gotta take the life. Like, you know, but other than that, there's no justification of, regardless whether she went for a BBL, whether she got a tummy tuck, even if they went to sell drugs and get heavyweight, I don't give a fuck. That is not a reason to take somebody's life. Like, there's no excuse. And I feel like it's so much of the unknown when you cross into those borders, and it just makes me scared for my nieces and my nephews because I'm like, you know, we live in a world where everybody glorifies, like, traveling and, like, going out of the country. Do you have your passport? If you don't, people look down on you. Like, that's, like, legit the world we live in. And it's like, cool, have the passport, cool, travel out the country, cool. But what's happening when we go? So, literally, my eldest niece is 13. Jada's 13. She's 13. And that's my eldest of the nieces and nephews. And it's like, pretty soon you're going to be on your senior trip. You're going to be on you and your homegirls want to go away. And it's like, now we all have the fears as a family of what could possibly happen. And it's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Jazz?
Honestly, I feel devastated. Like just knowing the fact that you just going out there, whatever. Like he's like, I agree with Devin. Whatever, you know what I mean, you was going out there for. If something didn't seem right in the midst of everything, I feel like that's devastated.
Yeah.
To be like just kidnapped or taken.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a war, honestly. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. And we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We going out there to have a good time. And this is the things that we can get into. Somebody can capture us. That's weird. Like,
and their family has no answers.
No answers.
No answers.
No
like,
answers but a letter.
All you know is that your loved one died in Mexico, and the rest of them were, because it was like 2 of them that died, and then the other 2 were like free. And there's no answers. Even with the, I don't want to mispronounce her name,
the girl,
but the young girl that went recently.
Yeah.
That, when I tell y'all, that broke Shanquilla. Shanquilla, that broke my heart because I'm just like, regardless of what happened, even if she did like get smart with her friend and her friend tried to fight her, like, you don't deserve to die.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And it's like, you came, the intent was to come out of the country, have a good time with people that you trusted. I'm not going out the country with people I don't trust. She trusted them. And so again, with my nieces and my nephews, y'all are at the prime. Y'all about to do the senior trip and like all those things. And you're going to go away with people that you don't necessarily, you don't know everything, but you feel like these are your friends. And this is something that could happen. Like that is unfathomable. Is it fathomable?
Fathomable.
It's
unfathomable.
You're trying to be like T.I. right now.
No, I know, because I can say any big word, but I can't say that one. Can y'all give it to me?
Unimaginable. Say that.
No, teach me that.
Unfathomable. Fathomable. It's okay. We know your intent. There you go. You said it. Yeah, you said it. Okay. Listen.
It's like a tongue twister. Like
yeah. One thing that I will say in closing on that is that as Americans, we have to realize our privilege. We have to realize that in these other countries, their governments are being overthrown and ran by sources and powers that are unfathomable. They literally, and what happens from what I've seen a lot of times is that Americans go places and we're very arrogant. And we do not, I mean, I'm not going to go down the road. I'm not going to go to LA, like they say, and be wearing colors that I don't represent. Like when you're going into someone's neighborhood, when it's not fair.
Be respectful.
It's not fair.
What they have
but for your own safety, don't ever let your arrogance and your pride, and I'm not saying that's the case, but it is cases in other situations. I mean, we have people that are locked up in Russia till this day from decisions that they've made. The guy in Korea who vandalized the sign, and now he's in jail for life. Like, I look at these situations, and a lot of them could have been avoided if you had kept your head low. So we have to understand. Exactly. We have to understand that when you're going into these other countries, at the end of the day, you don't know the lay of the land. You're the foreigner. In America, everybody else is a foreigner. Go back home. That's what we tell everybody. When you're in their areas, you don't run it. So you have to be careful. And when you're crossing these borders, even if it's not the cartel, just the government in general, even the American government, they will arrest you. You have to be aware. So that's what I will say, and be careful who you hang around, because you don't know if it was somebody in that group. It could have been one person said something crooked to somebody else, and now they're all dead.
Asking for some stuff that they weren't
supposed to ask for.
I would say
that happened to the people in Puerto Rico.
With that being said, like, I have like been places with like certain friends like out of town, and when I'm not with somebody closely connected to me, I feel naked. You know, like even when I went to New Orleans, had a great time in New Orleans, and you know, Tay was there, we had a great time. But it's like, you know, we're there and it's me and you, Tay, but you know,
these aren't my people.
These aren't my people. Like, so if something does happen, nobody's going to have my back and protect me the way my people would.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Devastating.
It is devastating. And like you said, you know, no one deserves for their life to be taken. So we definitely want to put our prayers out and our best wishes out to the families. Definitely pray that they get some type of answers within the next couple of weeks. But just as a whole, as a community, especially as a Black community, because what we have to understand is there's racism outside of America, and we have to operate very, very carefully.
But nobody looks at that, because
they don't.
It's like, oh, I got my passport.
I'm good.
But realize what's going on in that country too.
Exactly. And look at, I mean, even when you're traveling, look at the political affairs and the different things. Make sure that your country is not in war in any way. Like, look at these things. Don't go anywhere naive.
Exactly.
But best wishes to the family. One of the other things that I also wanted to talk about was the young man that went on TikTok this week and went viral for speaking on the fact that he has 7 baby mamas. So from his words, I'm just putting into synopsis. His words are he has 7 baby mamas. He told each one of them to abort the baby because he was not going to be a parental figure.
All 7? Oh.
All 7.
You didn't want to have.
I hope I'm quoting it right.
He didn't have one at least.
No, he had all 7, and so he's getting busy. I know you would think like one baby mama.
One at least.
Yeah. Then listen. He was getting busy, and he said, "I told all the women I'm not going to be involved."
Mm-hmm.
So his standpoint is that he is not wrong; they are wrong, and basically they, he's trying to equivalate it with something that's with RP or SA. He's trying to put it on that standpoint.
What's
that he
RP and SA?
RAP. Yeah, he's trying to, he's using these things to try to create some sort of parallel to show like men are being abused and used in the stance of when a woman is impregnated. If I'm telling you I'm not interested, I'm not involved, I should have some sort of say.
Honestly, it's going back to the birds and the bees, bitch. Like,
Take it back to the basic biology
if
of it.
you're fucking and you're not using protection,
Baby's coming.
even if you try to pull out, it's like, I mean, we're old enough to know. Like, so it's just like, I do feel like when it comes to that situation, a lot of women are like, okay, well, it's my body, my choice. I'm not aborting a baby. I'm not whatever. And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also fair for the other person to be like, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it. Like, my whole thing is like, when y'all fucked, were y'all in a relationship? Were y'all like, what were the parameters? And a lot of times there are not parameters.
It's not.
And I'm not saying it has to be, but think about who you're sleeping with. And I'm not a woman, so I could not, as fabulous as I am, I'm still not a woman, but I cannot, say what to do with your body and how to handle. Yeah. But I would think that because there are plan Bs, because there is birth control, I know that makes women gain weight, but there's options to where it's like, if this isn't what you want, and the type of guy that you fucked, if he's cool or not cool, meaning like, if he's going to be a good father, if he got money or not, you typically know a surface level, little bit of things before you sleep with them.
You should, but
so it's like, you go ahead and sleep with them. Yeah. And then now there's a result and you think that you want to co-parent with this person, you probably won't even like this person in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's like, right. Yeah. So it's like, for me as a woman, I would just be more precautious of, if I know I don't want this with this person, let me do this. Yeah. For that's what I would say. For my sanity. So that I'm not even gonna act like, for him, like, you on social media talking about child support, this and that. This is not your first time being a dickhead. Like, you've been a dickhead before.
It's your personality.
It's your personality. Yeah. And these women are still sleeping with you, unprotected. Yeah. So that's my thing. Like, don't sleep with a dickhead unprotected.
All right, how you feel, Jazz? I agree about it. I agree with the nigga. Like, shit, I told you. Period. Yeah. Like,
I told you what it was. Yeah.
Like, get rid of it.
Yeah, like, I'm not about to stick around for none of that. Get rid of it. Like, if the guy is telling you that and he's so blatant, so blunt, it's your stupid fault, because guess what? In the end, you knew this.
Yes.
You knew this. So
he told you the truth.
Along with the pregnancy, and you get pregnant and it's blossoming and yada. Guess what? He ain't gonna be there because he told you.
He told you. But what I will say, any woman that decides to continue with the pregnancy, regardless of the support, I salute. Like, if that's your thing and you can do it by yourself, and that's what you want to do, cool. And the reason I say that is because my mom had me when she was 17. Mm-hmm. And my family and I, like, there's a lot of sweep under the rug, but there's a lot of open and honest conversation as well. Yeah. And I forget how it came about, but it came out that everybody wanted my mom to have an abortion because she's still in high school. Mm-hmm. She was in Barbizon. That's, like, for those of you that don't know, that's a modeling school. And so it's like, you can't model if you're pregnant. Like,
you literally can't.
Right,
yeah.
Literally. So they wanted her to have an abortion, and her first words were, "I'm keeping my baby." Mm. And that's something that, of course, that's my mom. So we have a bond, but that's something that I feel like has bonded us closer because it's like she chose me over her modeling career.
Yeah.
And
that's love.
And that's love, but also like everybody was taking care of her. You're in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these people are like putting food on your table and you're telling them I'm keeping my baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was a big deal.
But I'm pretty sure your dad didn't say...
No, my dad, you know my dad.
But I'm saying, I'm pretty sure he didn't say, no, get rid of it. I don't want it.
He
didn't. So blunt, like,
he didn't. But you know my dad though.
But that's what I'm saying. He probably was, but still.
He didn't. He didn't. Like he was down.
It just depends.
But I only said that to say
want the baby, keep it.
It could be, you know, like it's when it talks about pregnancy and things like that, it could be like a thing. And then even still to this day, like my mom and I talk about, you know, like she'll hug me out of nowhere. And it's just like, I made the right decision. Like, I'm just so glad you're here. And for me, I'm like, so it makes these type of conversations different because it's like, I could have been what we're talking about, you know? Yeah. So I feel like, but again, my mom took a stance to say, regardless of
anything,
my family put food on my table and whoever else, I don't give a fuck. I'm having my baby.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're going to be a woman of that stature, that nature, to be like, you're having your baby, have your baby regardless.
Yeah.
So he should not have had to get on viral.
I agree with that. He shouldn't have got on social media, but it is what it is.
I think the women...
anything goes.
Okay, like people are posting anything. I definitely think like the women, like you said, like they knew. So you can't come and complain now because it's getting hard. Yeah. Because he told you.
Right.
He told you.
Right.
And he signed, I think what I heard was that he did sign over his rights legally. Oh. So if he actually did do that, he is scotch-free.
But I do question him to be like, you don't want to be a father to any of the kids. Like at 7, that's a lot.
Yeah, he said.
But you don't want to be a father at all?
Mm-mm. He said no. And there are people out here who genuinely like will look at their child, be around their child, and they have no feeling towards them. There's people, I couldn't be, I don't have kids,
and I don't, right, it's same, and I don't either.
Yeah.
But the love I have for my siblings, the love I have for my best friends, the love I have for my nieces and nephews, like, my nieces and nephews, more particularly my youngest nieces, because we're in the same city. Like, the rest of my nieces and nephews are still in Maryland. And I love them to death. But, you know, I see them more often, my youngest ones, because they're here.
They're here,
same city. But I could not imagine ignoring them, writing them off, not spending time with them. Like, I just could not. So even as, like, those are my nieces and my nephews. So imagine having your child, like that, your blood, like direct descent from you.
Yeah. No, honestly. Look, speaking of children, there's a topic I definitely wanted to get into, and I want to get your opinion on it, and that is the Wades. They have recently won an award, NAACP award, basically for being the parents of a trans young woman, the Wades, Gabby and Dwayne.
Oh, the Wades.
And Zaya.
Okay.
So one thing that I will say, is there's a lot of opinions on it. And I wanted to get your opinion, being in the, you're not trans and nobody, you know, that's not what you claim, but you are in the LGBTQA plus whatever community. Look, they add a new letter. I can't keep up. I'm sorry. Okay. All respect,
just
but I can't keep up.
Just say the alphabet.
Yeah, out of the alphabet.
Just say the alphabet.
So you can say that. That's not, like, I want to make sure I'm not, like, disrespecting anybody, but you can say, like, the alphabet crew.
Yeah, I'm a part of the community. So
okay, alphabet community.
But with that being said, I'm glad you said that, because I don't even know all the letters. Like, I had a guest on the show to be like, we're not in the gay world, we're just gay. And I feel like that's me.
That's the reality.
Like, I'm not in a gay world.
Why is it separate?
Like, yeah, I'm just gay.
You're just in the world.
I don't know all the acronyms. I don't know, I don't know a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm just me. And I happen to like men. Like,
I'm just me. I'm just Devin.
Yeah.
That's your alphabet.
Right. Exactly. That's my alphabet. Right.
Listen, so I wanted to get your opinion, though, because there are a lot of opinions that are definitely clashing on the media. Mm-hmm. And there's a group of people that are saying he's too young. You guys are forcing this onto him. Even if you aren't forcing it, you're encouraging it. He shouldn't be worried about this. There's another community that's saying, hey, he's going to be who he is. As a parent, it's your job to encourage it. And then there's this kind of third bottom community, which I'm kind of sitting with, that's like, listen, boy, girl, frick, frack, whatever, you're a child. You focus on being a child. All of this, who you want to have sex with, what you identify. First of all, you don't know who you want to have sex with till you go have sex, okay? That's kind of where I'm at. So how do you feel?
So people are going to vocalize how they feel. And I'm with you as far as the focus on being a child, but I have students that come to me on a daily talking about where they are and what's on their plate.
Yeah.
So it's like my idea for you, my best wishes for you is to stay in a child's place. However, that's not realistic.
Can't just tell you that.
That's not realistic. So if your mind is going there, like, you know, whether it's sexually, career-wise, whatever, if you're advanced, if your mind is going there, you're going there. So we literally cannot put like an age on anything. I do feel like I love the fact that I'm gonna call her Gabby because that's my girl. Gabby and Dwayne, I feel like the way that they are like being supportive to me means everything. That means the world to me. The way that they're being supportive. For me, if it were my kid, I would love for my kid not to even want to explore any of those avenues. And I say all the time, like when I do have kids, I'm only having two, prayerfully a boy and a girl. I don't want them to be gay. Like I don't want them to be gay. And I feel like there's just so much that comes with it that I would not want for them, even for myself. Like I'm not gonna say that I wish I was not gay, but I would say that having interactions with men is a choice, but my feeling of wanting men is not a choice. That's just like my feeling, right? And a lot of my life has been altered because of those feelings, and I don't want that for anybody. So I love Zaya to where she's like, okay, she's in probably high school or something like that.
I'm gonna say high school.
And for you to like, you're already under scrutiny because your parents are famous. And then now you're a trans Black man. Like your life is pretty much on social media. Like think about the things that adults say to Dwayne and to Gabrielle Union about the child. So imagine how the child feels in that situation. You're going to school every day and you're having adults like 50-year-olds, 30-year-olds talk about you and you're like, I just want to be me. You know? And if it were my child, baby, whatever you want, you're my child and I'm going to protect you. And I don't give a fuck about what anybody else has to say. And I feel like that's where Gabby and Dwayne are. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. And not only that, but we got money too. So that kind of that kind of puts a thing. But that's like honestly like my feeling on the situation. And I wish her the best. And I would say to her, like, I want her journey to be her journey. Like that's your story, that's your journey. Your feelings are your feelings. You deserve to have people there that are gonna support you and be with you. And fuck those that don't.
Amen. How you feel about it, Jazz?
My opinion changes. It changed in the beginning. I had a like, she's a child. I mean, he's a child. She is, you know, now. But before she was talking about it, and I was just like, this is too much. Like, what is the world coming to? But I feel where they're coming from. We might as well embrace it. Might as well embrace it because they're gonna be she's gonna be. Whatever she wants to be. You know what I'm saying? And if, like Devin was saying, if her mind is already there, she's already there.
And my question is, what is the difference between the guy that's getting 7 women impregnated, the person that's not paying their child support, the person that's scamming, the person that like literally like being gay is like, oh, like it's still a taboo. Still, and it's like, what? Like this is the least of everybody's worries.
I think
because that's you and your life.
The biggest thing is the age. I think that's the biggest thing in society right now. It's just the age. If Zaya was 18 and decided
that's a good point, the age.
It wouldn't be a conversation. It's that she's a child.
Get over with. You know, but it's that it's a child and it's like, y'all are the parents. Y'all supposed to be guiding them in the right direction.
But my thing is, when you say supposed to be guiding, my whole thing is, they've been guiding clearly. And my parents guided me. And at one point, I'm gay. Like, so does that mean you mismanaged? No, you did not mismanage. But that's the feelings. But I feel like for you, like my parents literally cried when I came out because they're like, oh, how could you not tell me? Like I'm your parent. Like what? I'm your dad. I'm your mom. Like you couldn't tell me this? Like I know everything about you. You couldn't tell me this? So for somebody that young to have that courage and that ability to be like,
that's why I
hey girl, this is me. Like, you know.
It changed. from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do agree. I do agree that they're doing an awesome job.
Yeah.
With what they're doing, and I just think that prayers up for her.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll say this.
There's always something going on.
I'll say this. My standpoint is this, and piggybacking off, look, I feel like I'm back in college, piggybacking off of what Devin said.
Because they do say piggyback.
I mean, every time, like, damn.
Right,
but
you're like piggyback.
literally, but going off of what Devin said, I will say that at the end of the day, that Zaya is a child. She is a child. And I am all for be you, be who you are. But I don't care if you're a straight, cisgender, whatever all the terms are. There are certain things that at 16 and 17, 14 and 15 years old that you're not allowed to do, period. That's just parenting.
Right.
I feel like there are a lot of lines blurred because what Gabby and Dwayne have to be careful of is that their child is not sexualized. And unfortunately, people's sexual preferences of saying I'm gay, I'm straight, I'm trans, I'm cis is attached to sex immediately. And I want them to do a better job at not sexualizing, or they're not sexualizing, but allowing society to sex. For example, the picture that came out of Zaya kissing her prom date. Caleb and I have been together. We went to prom. We did not kiss. We kissed when our parents
I
left.
felt like that was inappropriate.
Like, my mom's not gonna stand there and say, "Okay, baby." And this is the thing: other cultures do
you're
that.
not fucking kissing. You can have your sexuality,
but you're not gonna
kissing or fucking.
That's
no.
and simple things like
my knowledge.
My 14-year-old is not gonna be walking around with your boobs out and tank tops and little bitty shorts. So in those stances, I do say and that's what I'll tell my children. I don't care if you're gay, straight, because at the end of the day, all these titles, all that gives me is who you are sleeping with, who you choose to sleep with.
Right.
Like you said, you're not just gay Devin, you're Devin.
Right.
Gay comes after that.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I'm not going to encourage my child to let this, because at this point in Zaya's life, it seems like it's identifying her.
Right.
And I don't want that, because if you wake up at 18, which is going on with the girl from TLC, if you wake up at 18 and decide, I don't want to do this no more.
And not only do you not want to do, even if you don't want to do anymore, but that's not a label. So even like
Exactly.
before we wrap up, take it to like a professional realm.
Yes.
We'll be like students with a disability. You know, students with a disability, meaning like that's not you. The disability does not speak for you. That's not you. That's not who you are. We're not labeling you. You have something. So it's the same thing. This is the person and this is the sexuality. But and my whole thing is that the sexuality is looked at as first and foremost when it should not. Because if you're not interested in me sexually,
why do you care?
Why is that the first thing?
Exactly.
Why is that the first thing?
Yes.
Yeah, my nails are done and things like that, but I don't like, we don't want each other. Like, why is that the first thing? So I want to I feel like this was a really good conversation.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
We have about 2 more episodes of getting to know Devin where they're going to like candidly ask me questions. This one was a lot lighter than the last episode. But I really want to thank my viewers, followers. I want to thank production. I want to thank everybody that's in the studio today. I wish we could like take the camera and like show everybody that's here today. But this is so meaningful to me. And it's even more meaningful when you guys subscribe, when you guys like, when you comment, when you buy in and engage, just so that I know and feel that you guys are like, you know, can relate in some way. So I want to thank my guests for interviewing me today.
Thank you for having me.
And I love this orange couch. You're welcome. I want to thank everybody that's here. I want to thank everybody that's a part of the production team. But thank you guys again for tuning in to yet another episode of Debonair Dialogue.